Hey, what's up? This is Dia Direct, and we are going beyond the studio. And I feel a little underdressed, and I'm about to say something that I never thought I was going to be able to say before. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to It's Bootsy, baby.
Oh my goodness! Is that Tom? Oh, you took my part, man. You took my part.
The one
Oh
and
man,
only Tom
they.
Joyner, who you featured on your latest
Yeah,
project.
he had to do it, man. I mean,
Oh,
you know,
yes, baby, Bubba.
you see what I'm saying? He had all my rap. I was like, man, you got to do this, you know?
Ah,
Yes. Yummy for the
Yeah, yummy
munchies.
for the munchies, baby.
And you performed this at his wedding?
Yeah, yeah. We kind of combined that with "I'd Rather Be with You," Munchies, and kind of like infused telephone bill a little bit in there. So it was kind of like a
What kind of theme
medley.
was there for a wedding? What's really going
I
on?
mean, Tom, he requested it, and I mean, actually, he was one of the first guys to play it back in the day,
Okay.
and I know it had a special place in his heart. And when he talked to me about he wanted to do it at his wedding, I was like, oh man, come on, Tom. And then they wanted to do it over in Jamaica,
Right.
which sounded great, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Tom, you don't want me to do that. Yeah, man, I really, I thought he was joking at
Right,
first,
right.
but yeah, he made sure, I got the message. No, I want you to do it. I'd rather be with you and munch,
See, everything you
you
do
know.
seems to be original. And this latest project you have, this is beyond the studio. So we like to talk to you about things beyond your music.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when I was reading some stuff from your new project, which is the funk capital of the world,
Yes, yes.
I looked inside here and it said, from the mind of a player.
Yes, and you know that.
So, okay, so player. We need to go through just a couple of
Let's
things.
do it.
All right, so you said that as a dedicated foot soldier and a prominent professor of the funk,
Yes.
you had a few things you wanted to say. And so you're taking us on a journey with the difference between love and lust. And let me just read this for y'all.
Oh my goodness.
When you are young and just want to play, you forget very early how to trust. As a young player back in the day, all I wanted was to bust a nut. Like in all things on this planet Earth, there is a price to be paid. Once you start licking and lusting around, mistakes are bound to be
Bound to be
made.
made.
Okay, and then you say, now let's face it, young bucks, and stop beating around the bush. Man up to the woman that you want to bounce with because she wrote the book on getting
Getting hooked.
hooked.
That's right.
Talk to me
That's right.
about that.
Well, we just got to give it back to the women. I mean, we talk this, we talk that, and we want to believe that. We want to believe the hype, but I just had to lay it out that no matter how much we rap, how much we, pull our chests out and talk about, we this, we that. It's really about the women. The women really call the shots.
But when did you really discover that? I mean, when did you make that
It took
transition from lust to love?
Well, it took a long. I tell you what, I got to be about 45 years old.
Oh
I
Lord!
mean, it took a long time because I had made up in my mind that it was just about music and loving the world, and I meant the loving the world in a variety of ways. I mean, so it wasn't no one. It was the only single thing that was holding me down, that was holding me up, side down, was music. And I had placed in my mind I would never, get married, get hooked up.
But you
Seriously.
did.
Yeah, but on my terms because I wanted to. I didn't never want to destroy somebody else's life because even as a youngster, I knew I wasn't no good for no one young lady. I knew I wasn't no good. And no matter how much she thought I was, I always tried to let her know by doing things that no, you don't really want to do that with me.
So what was the thing that changed it for you?
Well, I guess with age and mistakes, all of those things kind of, for me, watching older people see, because I came up, I was the baby, right? Everybody was always 8, 12, 15 years older than me. So I got a chance on the street to watch these cats. I hung around with the jazz cats because, I was so interested in playing. And these cats, these musicians was so cool, and they talk so much jive,
Mhm.
and I was really, I gotta be like that,
Right.
and a young man really wants to, get it together, especially when you're a young black man coming up in the street, no father, so it's like, all these cool things I want to be. My brother Catfish, he's out in the street, he's 8 years older than me. He's playing guitar. He's got all the chicks hanging around him. I want to be like that.
So, now that you've transitioned, do you believe that it really is the man that chooses? Because you said it's when you're ready. Because most times women want to settle down way
Yeah.
before the guy does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're saying
No,
if
no.
he's not ready, it's just not going to happen.
Well, no, I ain't saying that at all. I'm saying that if you are on top of your game for real, you will, you will not decide to do something that you will be sorry for tomorrow. In other words, I wouldn't say either one of them is the one to say,
To be single or to be married.
yeah, that's a thing where you come together. It's like, you both really know it ain't no love lust thing. It's more of a coming together of two hearts, and you'll really know that it ain't about the lust. Because I can be looking at you and say, damn, I really want to do something with that, but that ain't. It got nothing to do with,
Right.
No real relationship, and I knew that's where I was coming from,
Right.
most dudes, they know where they're coming from, but it don't matter. It didn't matter to me, but when it came a time in my life where it started to matter that, I'm getting tired of, doing this and getting busted and,
All the
draws.
drama that comes
Yeah,
with it.
the panties in the bed and she busting me, the numbers and da-da-dee. So it becomes a time where it's like, okay, well, what you gonna do? So it really depends on the individual, not male or female. It's really the individual.
All right, well, let me wrap it up like this with some of your words.
Oh
Bootsy.
my God, you're killing me softly with my words.
Yes, I love it. So then you say, yeah, that thing is powerful.
Yes, it is.
I see why God made it so good. Just ride the rhythm like in the Snoop Mobile. It's always good to check under the hood. Forever young in my eyes, the fountain of young makes my temperature rise.
There it is.
All I want is a chance to get you hot. Roll these thighs and make your body
Pop, baby, yes.
Is that all a man is good for, to lust after the girls in distress? I believe men want true love.
Yeah.
It may even help us bring out
The best.
the best.
Yeah.
You
And
believe that?
That sums it up. Yeah, I mean, and we as men, we might not never get there. I was fortunate to have went out like early in, with James Brown, early at 17, 18. So I got a chance to really get out there and dip and dabble in any and everything you can think
So
of.
get it out of your system.
I had to get it out of my
So
system.
is it out of your system?
Yeah. Yeah. No, seriously.
Okay.
It is out of my system. I mean, is it out of my system? I mean,
That's
and,
his wife.
and what it is too, it really is about you deciding, if it's out. It's like, how did I come off of drugs? All of that's the same thing. All of it's addiction, and it's like you have to determine and you have to decide. And if you want to keep joking with yourself, like I did, I did that. I'm guilty of that, But when I got ready to really, I ain't doing this no more, And I always, had to prove to myself because my word was all I had, no matter what people saw, I got this, he getting all of this, he getting all of that, but I knew I didn't have nothing but my word.
But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. When you know, you know. And when the game is over, game over.
Game over.
All right,
baby.
this is Dia Direct with none other than Bootsy, baby.
Ah,
Right
yeah,
here
Baba.
on Beyond the Studio on BlackAmericaWeb.com.
And
Thank
we
you,
funking
Bootsy.
you on the one, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you killed me
Good stuff.
softly.